Welcome back guys, Joe here, and this is my first mechanical keyboard. So I wanna start by saying that this keyboard is mind-blowingly cheap for what it offers, and if you stick until the end, you'll see what I mean. So I've been using the Azolt gReformer for about 2 weeks now, and I can tell you right away that it will be difficult for me to wash any non-mechanical keyboard the same way now. This technically is a half mechanical one, but nevertheless it just feels more solid and more responsive than anything I've tried in the past, and I'm loving it overall. The keyboard comes with a reasonably long 1.7 meters USB cable wrapped in a black and blue fabric that looks really solid. The keyboard's footprint is pretty compact at only 43 by 14 centimeters, but it's quite heavy at almost a kilogram, making for an overall really premium feeling in my opinion. The quite slim profile also implies you won't find a wrist rest, which could be useful if you're a gamer. Despite not taking up a lot of space, you'll find all of the most common keys, including a numpad on the left and the function buttons on top, which also double as media playback controlled. You'll also immediately notice the big Azolt logo on the spacebar, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. The padded feet on the bottom make a really good job in keeping it in place while typing, and while you can raise it thanks to the flip-out feet, I don't really use them as they make it more prone to slipping. Plug it in and you can start enjoying the second coolest feature about this keyboard, which is Rgb Lighting. You have 3 different colors, which are red, blue and purple, with the second one being my personal favorite, and you can turn them off completely if you don't feel like being fancy. Besides, if you can't make your mind about which colors you like the most, you can also make them rotate automatically by pressing the function and LED buttons. As for me, I always keep it on blue. It looks great during the day and even better at night, and it complements perfectly the rest of the custom lighting in my setup. Keep in mind that if you find them too bright or too dim, you can adjust the brightness, once again thanks to the function button, plus the page up and page down buttons on the right. Apart from these niceties, the most important aspect is of course the typing experience, and as you can guess, that's awesome. There's a superb amount of travel, the keys feel solid and responsive, and the feedback is top notch. Of course, being this my first mechanical keyboard, you might want to take everything I say with a grain of salt, but still, I find it really good overall. I don't really game, so I can't give you feedback about that, but as for everyday tasks like editing and normal typing, this is almost perfect. The only minor complaint I have about typing of this keyboard is the too small backspace button, which often means me adding a character instead of deleting one. When it comes to features explicitly designed for gamers, you can switch the arrow and WASD keys by pressing the function and W buttons simultaneously, and you can lock the Windows key to avoid unwanted interruption by pressing the function and Windows buttons. Something that will also feel really satisfying if you, like myself, have never tried mechanical keyboards before is the noise. It's not noisy or at least not more than every other keyboard I've used before, but pressing the keys produces a solid click rather than the horrible squeak most membrane keyboards produce. The one key I'm not too happy about is the spacebar, which does squeak a bit according to where you press it, but if you always go for the center you shouldn't have any problems. I quite dig the keycaps too. They are in a sweet spot as for size, and despite not having as much space as I'd like between them, the slightly concave design helps in not slipping between one another. Of course, all of the symbols are semi-transparent to allow for the light to flow from beneath and not just from the small gaps in between. So, if you haven't checked out the price from the link below already, the Azolt gReformer goes for $40 on Amazon.com, which is a ridiculously good price if you ask me. I wanted to wrap up this review by saying who this keyboard is aimed at, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized there isn't really a specific category. It's a solid keyboard overall, and no matter if you're a gamer or just a normal user like me, I promise you'll really enjoy your experience with this one. So that was it for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you so much for watching. This was Joe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.